all the time, but when there's two people who are close friends like that, have played so much, right? Like the level of adaptation they know to each other just from being with each other, being 2v2 teammates, and also just having a long head-to-head record with each other is going to matter a lot going into this game one we have here on Demon Island.
All right, man.
Mordex attached to Demon Island, definitely something that we're used to seeing quite a bit. Doesn't matter who the name is attached to, but that Reno, exactly what we were thinking of seeing. And here it comes already, starting things off hot, getting D-Light, chasing him with the recovery, getting some damage already, TK.
Yeah, I like the way that Boomie is playing this first part of the game. He's actually super aggressive. You know, he got hit once, and he was like, I'm actually not going to dodge. I'm going to throw out another move as you think I'm going to dodge. So I got him some free damage, and he's working at it well. But looks like Sandstorm's starting to, you know, fire back right here. And a little extra damage here on to Boomie. Kind of stuck at the side. He tried it.
And for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, like, he was saying he wasn't believing in the Mordex, and granted, he just got hit by sidelights there. He's still alive, but I'm actually feeling pretty good. I felt like the Scythe was looking pretty good, so maybe it was the Gauntlets that had him sweating a little bit. We're about to find out, but so far, Sandstorm doing a pretty good job of keeping up with Boomie, who has been in practice for a lot longer, but Boomie does finally find that first stock with the Sarah out the corner, and it might be a tough little moment here for Sandstorm to bring himself back in this game.
I was about to say I really like Boomie's spacing game. Up until that point, he got hit, but he's been able to space out a lot. He's avoiding a lot of D-Lights, but he just get caught by the GC side, like getting pushed default stage, going down there, trying to catch him, maybe with a side air, going back on with the recovery, realizing it was not worth it at that moment.
Oh, man, I definitely thought he caught him, like, right at the wall. You know, he had the sweat beads on and everything, so I thought he was going to be able to finish that a little earlier, but does indeed finish it regardless with that neutral sig. Now he's going to keep it moving here into this second stop. No damage really put on to Sandstorm here either, so he's now be able to grab himself a little bit of a lead here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, he's starting to look for reads now. You see, while he's staring at him, as soon as he gets a hit, he's not pressing a button right after, trying to get how Boomie likes to behave. This is best of 5, so there's a lot of time to figure it out, but Boomie's starting to catch some of these D-Lights, starting to get some damage going, not letting that happen for too long, Flambeau.
And this is what I love about watching Sandstorm play, is that his reactions are also filthy as well. So he'll just stare you in the face and he'll be like, oh, you're going to dodge this way? All right, I'm going to react and get this end light. See, he stands close. He's like, he might do something. I might drift to the side. I'm going to go for the snare. Okay, he didn't do it. But Boomie, on the other hand, he's like, yo, I got convergence too, bro. Check what these blasters do. Pop, pop, pop.
Okay, he tried it. Like, don't jump, because that's how he was definitely about to be it right there. Caught him with a jump check. No jump coming out of Sandstorm, but he is still over here at the side, trying to get himself back to the ledge. Not a lot of wall here to work with, unfortunately, on Demon Island, and eats that down air over the side. Going to lose that stock.
Yeah, that dare always finds its mark here on Demon Island. You do not get to hover around that for so long, but on the other side of things, you got to watch out. Oh, never mind, Sandstorm starting to get cooked a little bit. Wow. Coming in with the side stick, raw though. Just like, okay, I'm going to gut check you.
Hey, listen, bro. If there's ever a side stick to throw out raw, it's that one. Adrian got so much, like, you know, so much reach on it that you don't expect it to have. But yeah, no, those icicles definitely all count as the same hitbox. So
Man,
there we go.
That was crazy too, because we were watching Boomie just stood there.
Yeah.
Too. You know, he like dashed up, dashed back, and then just did it. But then came back, got a D-Light recovery. One more of those will force certainly KO, so Sandstorm has to watch himself on the ground. He needs to watch it for those gravity cancel D-Lights as well, but he has Boomie in the corner. Hasn't really had a great time with the edge guards. He doesn't go for the reverse nair there on the grab, which I'm a little bit surprised by, because you could take him off stage, try to push that advantage. But despite that, Sandstorm could be in a precarious scenario here. He makes it back to the touch.
One thing I definitely have noticed, though, here on Sandstorm's side of the thing is he actually has kind of forced Boomie to not hit as many buttons off of... Okay. All right. Yeah, he forced Boomie to not hit as many buttons out of disadvantage, because earlier, you know, that was what Boomie was doing, and then he just started waiting out and actually punishing those moves. So Boomie has now been a little more evasive as far as what he's doing out of disadvantage. Nice. And it seems like it's catching up right there. Sandstorm with the right option. And I know that's
he's vibing. I know that's got to hurt. Look at him. He was bouncing around there. You saw the head shake immediately come from Boomie. Boomie had a really decent lead there. We definitely were looking at another D-Light recovery, like you were saying, from the blasters to take it out, but he couldn't find it after. One of the biggest things that becomes really difficult against people who have been dominant over time, who have been champions over time, is they know when you see red. They know when you want to push for it, and Sandstorm was able to dodge around all that to take away game one.
Okay, yeah, he tried it all right there, and he is all over Boomie right at the beginning, who still hasn't been able to get a weapon. He is going to hop over there and get himself his blasters.
He beat out, right, with the wake-up D-Light. That's one of those joints on the blasters where it's just like, oh, man, you really did that. Like, there's so much end lag on it if you whiff. But when you are a confident blasters player like Boomie is, when you drop that move, the odds of it connecting are extremely high. We can see he's running with it right now, but Sandstorm finally manages to get down, picked up those gauntlets, goes for the recovery. Boomie retaliates with a down arrow of his own. And now it's deep red for both players, man.
Yeah, Boomie just missing out on that side air over on the left side of stage 2. And look at Sandstorm catching it again. The conditioning from the last game pulled that out and actually punished him for it this time, TK.
Yeah, Boomie dropping a lot. Well, Boomie actually coming down super aggressively quite a bit here. But, I mean, I think the few times that he doesn't, it seems like Sandstorm still has the key to victory there. So it looks like, I mean, he should be able to get the stock. Yeah, good reversal right there with the turnaround side air to go ahead and get that stock well off the stage. So he wasn't going to be able to make that back by any means. Now another even game developing between our players, which we were kind of expecting to take it worldwide right now. Okay.
Man, 5 times in a row. That conversion from Boomie was absolutely delicious. Sandstorm needs to answer back here. And one thing I'm looking for, he's looking for Boomie has dodged down so many times on these side lights and end lights. And now you see Boomie's just not pressing a button at all. He's just looking at him. And now the next time Sandstorm's hit him, he's going to go for a guaranteed conversion. And I promise you that Boomie's just going to go ahead and dodge that time.
That's like 4 wins in a row for Boomie on interactions, too. He catches another one with neutral lights, weapon toss back out there, looking for him to go for a high recovery. Does not get the side air, though. And he's still going. It's still Boomie's turn. All he needs is one dare over on the side here of Sandstorm mistakes, and he gets away from the side air. There it is. Gets the D-light, catches the Sair. That was an immaculate stock there from Boomie.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't really say anything else but that. Boomie, like, started that with a big opening combo, really just kept that momentum the entire time. You know, there was one area, instead of that ground pound, I thought he was going to go for the down air on the right side, but regardless, I mean, that still got us some great... Okay.
Oh, he made it back. I didn't think he would be able to make it back, man. Oh, and he's going to yeet him off the stage and say, hold on, you want to see how to actually do it? Oh, he got the D-light right there, too. It was a little bit late, right? It hit on the latter end of the hitbox, because if he knew that it had connected, he would have gone for the guaranteed nair on the combo. But he was like, all right, you know what, whatever. I'll still get the edge guard. And now we have final stock scenario. Boomie has a lead here again. He was in this exact same position last game and dropped it. So we'll see if this time he can kind of clutch up.
Yeah, Boomie. I mean, like, something about the way that he plays this last stock, you know, like, he does quite well, but he was definitely taking a couple hits there, just getting a little trigger happy out of disadvantage again. But hold up, double tapping him there with the neutral air, and
go for the anti-air NSIG there. But the biggest thing you got to watch out for playing against Sandstorm, there we go, catches him, and that's going to take it. I think game 1 he was playing not to lose rather than to actually get the W. That time I felt like he was a lot more confident in the fact that he had a lead, he had center stage control. Sandstorm's got to find a D-light opener or something to get the party started, and he was able to space around that time.
Yeah, man, so good stuff here too, Boomie. Didn't let that game escape him. You know, there was little shades of it for a second. You know, he came down on that last stock, and he took a little bit of damage, but for the most part, he can still clean that up quite well. Boomie, you can kind of like see he's very, very like momentum based. Like when he gets that good hit and he gets like 2 or 3 more, you're like, all right, like I know he's feeling himself. He's gonna be able to run with that stock. But every now and then, like you also kind of see him swinging for the fences out in disadvantage. So he's gonna have to keep that one a little in check. You know, maybe avoid a little damage here from doing all that. And it's happening yet again. But Sandstorm all over him until he gets a hit.
No, Flambo, when we were going...
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
I was going to say, before the set started, I remember we were wondering, like, it's the round-robin pools, so will they be memeing it all, or will they actually be pulling it in? This feels like a grand final set that we're watching. They are playing extremely serious right now. How are you feeling about the way that Sandstorm's going to answer right back, which he's already doing incredible so far?
I actually think it's so funny, because you and me were going to say the exact same thing. Because I was like, man, like, this is just proceeding, you know what I mean? Like, they're both already out winner's side, but the fact that they're trying so hard, especially for Sandstorm, someone who's been out the game for so long, and he's keeping up with Boomie, someone who hasn't taken breaks at all. Yeah. This is a great way to feel if you are Sandstorm right now, because you're like, man, I have a chance of winning this bracket. Boomie's one of them demons, but even in this game 3, taking a look at him, Sandstorm clean stock lead right now, and the side's doing the thing. Nice fastball out of hits in there from Boomie to avoid that conversion, but man, was that looking scary.
I think that's purely on how insanely hard it is to edge guard Boomie sometimes. Yeah. Sandstorm's one of the few that can actually challenge that.
Yeah, and he really tried. Like I like the way he tried to turn that around for his own, his own little cheese right there. You saw that down there super low to the glass zone, but he's going to be able to get that stock well far behind though. So Boomie's got he's going to need a real boom stock right now if he wants to go crazy and get himself back into at least his 3rd game. But we'll have to see how that goes.
Go Sandstorm on the gauntlets, looking to see if he can get that final blow here. We might see a signature come out, or maybe a D-light into the recovery, or if you're in the corner, that ground pound. You know, Gauntlet got options, huh? I'm like, dang, I'm just listening to everything.
I mean, that's a whole 4-piece, and trying to find him going in towards the left-hand side too. Boomie keeping it going, even after get that one hit. Go for the NSIG to try and catch him going high again. That could have been amazing. Now he's weaponless, though. He's got to get back to that orb. Side air ranges are getting closer. He has been barely hit. Never mind, I'm so sorry.
Wow, at that, yeah. I'm just going to do it. Like, and it's going to hit. Sandstorm, when you see him throw 6, that's what it feels like. But those are definitely calculated. It's like, a little dash dancing around, a little neutral play, and then boom, the Glock Roach is out. Big shots right there.
He goes so far on that, bro. Like, Sandstorm saw it happening. He was like, "Oh, I got to dodge back." And Reno was like, "Nah, bro."
Nah, I keep going. I got 4 guns, bro. So what you talking about? Like, I'm be shooting. But unfortunately, one thing I have noticed though is that a lot of times Boomie has been looking for like an anti-air, so he's been looking for a lot of those neutral SIGs from both of his weapons. Sandstorm is not giving up jumps. Like it will not do that. So I wonder if he is ever going to actually catch, or he's going to condition him into jumping at some point in time. Gets under that, gets some good damage as well. Oh, the weapon toss still grabs it though.
Yeah, answering right back after that too. Like this is now the third time we've seen this situation. Boomie was able to clutch it out on the last game, but Boomie has a very small lead right now. Sandstorm is very good in these positions, but gets underneath the GCD line, not getting punished by it. Boomie looking for another one. That's going to be a huge punish. He doesn't confirm after he decided to wait again, much like that second game.
Man. Oh, it could be a falling Sarah here.
Is he going on
down
here?
Air. Nothing. He's waiting. He's patient.
Oh, all right. That worked out.
I don't do it.
He's shaking his head, right? He's like, bruh, come on.
Boomie is one of those people, like, every time he gets stuff, like, I ain't deserve that. That was me. I just 5-0'd him straight, but I ain't, that wasn't for me.
Wow, bro. I mean, good stuff to Boomie for being able to close that one out. And, like, this is what we were talking about, right? Like, these guys have played each other so much. Like, there are so many times where Sandstorm hits Boomie, and Boomie just looks at him. Like, you don't jump, you don't press an attack, he just falls, and Sandstorm's like, bro, do something. What are you doing? And on the same end, I've seen Sandstorm get sidelight on Gauntlets at least 5 different times in that last game alone, and he'd go for the immediate recovery. Because he's like, all right, well, if I sidelight recovery, he's gonna dodge.
He knows Boomie
don't
don't dodge.
do it again, right? He's like, I'm gonna keep doing it, and Boomie just keeps dodging.
That has to be a top player thing that, like, when you win and you're still like, it look like you lost. Like, real DJ Khaled suffering from sex vibes right there. Just it's just so hard making this much money, bro. Like, all right, man. like we get it, bro. Like, but yeah, no, he was shaking his head quite a bit throughout those games. Probably a couple of things he's thinking about, like, oh, how can I clean it up? You know, that is always going to be a question. You know, game was relatively close. You did have a whole moment where you were a whole stock down, had to make that comeback, and I'm sure you don't want that to happen again. So I get it. Doing a really good job right now at the beginning of this 4th game, though. Only needs one more to go ahead and take this top spot.
Yeah, 3 games in a row going down the last hit after trying to change things up, and it still kept ending up in the situation. It'll definitely frustrate you a bit. And Sandstorm is starting to work his way back into this. Let's see if he's like, oh, never mind. Finally, he gets hit by one of those jumps that time, though. Every other time was pretty much a GC NSYNC. He stayed grounded that time.
Yeah, so that's the conditioning, man. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the Reno 50-50. Like, I'm either, if you don't jump, I'm going to side sig, and if you do jump, I'm going to neutral sig. So he side sigged him enough. Now he's starting to get a couple jumps. Now it's time to go back to the neutral sig. Hold up.
Perfect. We're seeing Sandstorm going for that down sig. We saw him get one raw in the last game and was able to KO him. But he was like, bro, come on. Don't try to hit me with the same thing twice, man. I wasn't born yesterday and was able to go ahead and convert that into a KO of his own. And we're going to see if Sandstorm's able to bring this back. I'd love to see this go to game 5, but I feel like Boomie has been having a little bit of the upper edge, but then, you know.
Sandstorm went from vibing to gamer lean on that last time. He was bouncing around before, and now his face is in the monitor. And as soon as he did, he caught him with the 6. So it seems like Sandstorm's starting to wake up a bit here, and it's already working. He just missed out on that follow-up too. Boomie getting a whole 4-piece out of it, though, on that punish.
All right, he might need to lean a little further. Nice. The gates ain't open enough, bro. You got to get those chakras flowing, man. So Kate does manage to get under him and away from that down there. That kind of surprised that miss. I felt like Boomie lined that up pretty well, but no, Sandstorm does make it back to stage. Now he's got a little bit of the control, but Boomie sneakily getting back on. It has not been able to hit that neutral sig on the orb yet, but I definitely want to see it because that's actually one of my favorite things in the game. But yeah,
you feel that move. Like, if you get caught by it, it's like, I feel stupid. Like, but Sandstorm getting caught by the dare, that's actually one of the first times Boomie got super aggressive in that spot. I don't think he was ready for that because every other time he just waited and he just would jump. And Boomie started making the adjustments. Recovery's going to come through. Boomie might take this 3-1 if Sandstorm doesn't figure it out. But we saw this happen in game 1. It could happen again.
Yeah, and this is kind of like obviously the same way that it was in the last game. This is about the same way it was for Boomie, where he was down a whole stock. But this time it's Sandstorm, so will Sandstorm be able to bring it back the way that Boomie did and get himself into a game 5? There it is. That's the start. Good stuff. Just like to see it, and not a lot of damage. I think he got hit maybe like once. So yeah, exactly. This is pretty much an even game.
I feel like Sandstorm's been doing a good job, even though he's not getting the stocks first. He's not really taking damage by the time he gets rid of Boomie's stock. He keeps it close the entire time. But it's this moment right here on the last stock. Can you keep it clutch? We got nair after nair after nair after nair. He's trying to get a punish, but he can't line himself quite upright on the Y-axis. Like, he wants to go for the nair, but he's like, oh, he's fast falling. I can't press the button right here. How am I going to hit him? Weapon throw has been so good for... Are you...
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's dodge. You're going to go for it?
That was like 7 misses in a row on the side of Boomie, and Sandstorm has now taken advantage of it. He's looking for the nair to try to catch him to go high. Sandstorm catches him again, and he gets the punish, but it's not going to be enough off the top.
Okay. Oh, okay. Everybody throwing weapons right there, but it's going to be enough. Yeah. So I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting.
Yeah,
I'm throwing it out
facts.
like, let's go. All right, so Sandstorm, man, bringing that one back. You know, was down on stock. But it was high percentage, so that was pretty much a whole a very close game regardless. But yeah, it was down to stock and just really capitalizing that last stock of Boomies right there. As Ajax said, you know, a lot of whiffs right there, and he was getting all of the punishers on it.
Yeah, and this game 5 has me feeling like it's the end of the day already. Like I'm saying, I have been leaning so far forward, and this is exactly what I hoped to see because we had a lot of question marks. How's Sandstorm going to perform as he came into this tournament? Boomie has had good performances, but he's had a couple inconsistencies. Who will come out on top? Guarantee that we wanted to see game 5, and we got it. I'm so happy to see it, but who do you think actually comes out with this?
I don't know, bro. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I want to say Sandstorm because I had him winning the entire thing on my predictions, but... Boomie has the seasoned veteranship, right? Not to say that like Sandstorm's not a veteran, but Boomie's just been playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, there should be some amount of steal, something to show for that you can keep up. And on the other end of that, Sandstorm is like, I'm the Storm, bro. Don't forget the name.
There we go. Get a couple of those. Great angle that sends as well. And that, I thought he was going to just drop the ground pound. He was not a lot of area that he kind of came back. Going for the down sig there. Maybe expecting Sandstorm to kind of run in.
Yeah, well, there's a whiff right there, but Sandstorm, again, he's been chilling. I think on that last stock, he just goes for it. He hasn't gone, he just straight up gone for it at any point in those moments. That time he tries to catch it with the end sig, it's not going to connect, but he still keeps advantage in his favor, but that side air is going to give Boomie the first lead.
Man, I did not think that was going to KO. Usually blast side air, you need like to get people like in that dark red before it start KOing, but Boomie got him in the perfect spot on this stage to make sure that it would send him to the kill box, and now Sandstorm behind a little bit, but this is about the amount of damage he takes usually before he gets the KO. Like, I don't know if he's going to get hit much more than this. Has to find a D-Light.
Yeah, you got to be careful hanging her out. Underneath there, I thought he was about to give himself up. The end lights are going to take it, though.
For a minute, I thought he actually just missed the wall. I was like, oh, no. But no, it doesn't end up tapping it. But unfortunately, though, also gets tapped at the side and gets sent out of there. So another even game developing yet again. But Boomie, I feel like, you know, he's got the momentum a little bit more on his side. A little more moxie coming out. And obviously a lot more hits actually registering as well. Okay, double tapping here on the side light.
Get a big conversion here as well. He keeps trying to go for the jump, chase dodge, reverse nair conversion. That's really good on sides, but Boomie hasn't been falling for it. It's been making it very tough for Sandstorm to get some of those crazier strings we're familiar with going. But despite that, I mean, he's hanging on pretty well here, man. He converts so well when Boomie dodges in, and he's like, I'm going to go for the light side light version and either go into an end-sig, or if it's not going to KO, I'll do a Sayer and carry out.
Okay, that's how you do it, man. You know, throw him off with the end-sig from center stage, honestly, and then go over there and finish the job with the down air. That's going to be looking great for, oh, wait a minute, great for Boomie, but at the same time, like, he's going to have to get at least a little damage right here if you want to really run with his lead. There it is.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to actually get much out of his leads, and that has been the truth again as we get into last stock, 1 apiece already here. This is only round-robin pools. This is the determined seeds. We are on last stock, last hit, game 5, and Sandstorm already starting to challenge some of these whiffs again, much like the last game.
Yeah, so you can see, like, honestly, I've seen Boomie go for that same setup a lot with the neutral light into the turnaround D-light after the dash. And I think Sandstorm's definitely caught up on that, too. Boomie's having started actually getting a little more evasive here instead of coming out with the hitbox. Tries it one more time. Oh,
no! He has a recovery still.
Oh, dip down low, got away from it. Boomie trying to get back on stage to end lights. Oh, he tried it. He tried to go for the slide cancel neutral sig. That would have taken him out.
Off the backboard into the ground pound. Sandstorm. That's guaranteed, bro. That's one of the few true combos that Scythe has. If you dare someone into the stage, that ground pound is imminent. And Sandstorm, after a long hiatus with the game, comes back and says, I still got it, bro.
Man, Boomie really bet it all on that gravity or the slide charge insig, man. That was like, if that hit, obviously, you know, genius, and it does cover a lot of area where you're sliding. It's just, unfortunately, Sandstorm happened to actually be too low and well under him, so it wasn't going to register. Just, man,
that's why he's a baller, though.
Yeah.